Have you ever wondered what would happen if one day Earth suddenly got sucked into a black hole? Everything. Houses, people, oceans, even sunlight would vanish without leaving a trace. It sounds like a scene from a science fiction movie, but in reality, black holes are real monsters drifting out there in the universe. The scary part is, we can't see black holes with the naked eye. They're completely invisible. Only indirectly. By observing stars or gas being swallowed, can we tell that a black hole is there? In other words, a black hole is like an invisible predator lurking in the dark, silently waiting for its prey to fall into its trap. But black holes are not just terrifying. They also hold countless mysteries that have puzzled scientists for decades. Some of these sound unbelievable at first, yet they've been proven through mathematics and even observation. In this video, we're going to explore 10 strange and shocking facts about black holes. Facts that might change the way you see the universe and even the way you think about time and space itself. So, are you ready to dive into this mysterious journey with me? If you are, then let's begin with the very first fact. Fact 1. A black hole is not really a hole. When we hear the word black hole, most of us imagine a giant pit in space, like a cosmic well sucking everything in. But the truth is very different. A black hole isn't a hole at all, it's a region of space where gravity is so strong that nothing can escape. To picture it, imagine this. Suppose you stretch out a giant rubber sheet, flat and tight like a drum. Then, you place a heavy bowling ball right in the middle. The sheet sinks down, forming a dent. If you roll marbles nearby, they'll get pulled into the dip. That's how a black hole works. But instead of bending a rubber sheet, it bends actual space and time. Sounds crazy, right? But scientists have calculated that if our sun suddenly became a black hole keeping the same mass, just shrinking in size, the Earth would continue orbiting it normally, as if nothing had happened. There wouldn't be any instant vacuum cleaner effect like in the movies. This proves that black holes aren't cosmic vacuum cleaners that swallow everything in sight. They're only deadly if you get too close. It's like standing near the mouth of an erupting volcano. Safe from a distance, but step too close, and there's no way back. So the first surprising fact is this. A black hole isn't an empty hole at S, a region of space warped by extreme gravity. Fact 2. Black holes bend both space and time. Here's where things really start to get mind-bending. Black holes don't just pull in matter, they warp both space and time. To explain this, we need to talk about Einstein's general theory of relativity. According to Einstein, gravity isn't some mysterious pulling force, it's simply matter bending space. Like the bowling ball bending the rubber sheet. But when a huge amount of mass is squeezed into an incredibly tiny space, that bending becomes extreme. A black hole is the ultimate limit, a place where space is warped so much that even light cannot escape. And when space is bent like that, time is also affected. The closer you get to a black hole, the slower time moves. Hard to believe? Then remember that famous scene from the movie Interstellar. The crew landed on a planet near the black hole Gargantua. They spent just a few hours there, but when they returned, their teammate had aged decades. This isn't just Hollywood imagination. It's a real phenomenon called time dilation. If you stood near the edge of a black hole, you would feel time passing normally. But to an observer far away, you would appear to move in extreme slow motion, almost frozen in time. So what happens if you fall into a black hole? From your perspective, you'd fall very quickly. But from the outside observer's perspective, you'd slow down, slower, and eventually stop right at the event horizon. They would never actually see you disappear. The result? With black holes, time is no longer absolute, can bend, stretch, and nearly stop altogether. That is one of the strangest truths of all. Black holes turn the very laws of time into something negotiable. Fact 3. Black holes can evaporate. What if I told you that black holes, the very monsters that swallow the universe, can actually die. Sounds impossible, right? But it's absolutely true. In 1974, the legendary physicist Stephen Hawking introduced an idea that shook the entire scientific community. Black holes don't last forever. They can actually evaporate and vanish. This process is called Hawking radiation. To put it simply, right at the edge of a black hole, the event horizon, tiny quantum particles are constantly popping in and out of existence. Normally, they appear in pairs, one particle and one antiparticle. But if this happens at the edge of a black hole, one particle might fall in while the other escapes. To an outside observer, it looks as though the black hole itself is glowing, licking energy. Over billions or even trillions of years, the black hole loses energy until it eventually disappears in a massive explosion. Interestingly, smaller black holes evaporate much faster than giant ones. In fact, if primordial black holes were formed during the very early universe, many of them might have already disappeared long ago. So here's the shocking truth. Even the seemingly immortal black hole will one day die. But that day is so far away, it might outlast the universe itself. Fact 4. There are different types of black holes. When we hear the word black hole, we often imagine just one kind. But the truth is, the universe has several types of black holes, and each one is terrifying in its own way. Stellar black holes. This is the most common type. When a massive star many times larger than the Sun runs out of fuel, it explodes in a supernova. The leftover core collapses under its own weight, forming a black hole. These usually have a mass several 24 times that of the Sun. Supermassive black holes, these are the true final bosses. They sit at the center of nearly every galaxy, including our Milky Way. Their masses can be millions or even billions of times that of the Sun. For example, the center of the Milky Way lies a supermassive black hole called Sagittarius A*. It weighs about 4 million suns. And every star in our galaxy, including the Sun, circles around it like satellites orbiting a gigantic anchor point. Intermediate black holes, these are rarer and harder to detect. Their masses fall between stellar and supermassive black holes, ranging from thousands to tens of thousands of suns. Scientists believe they may be the seeds that eventually grow into supermassive black holes. Primordial black holes. This one is more speculative, but fascinating. Right after the Big Bang, matter may have been dense enough to form tiny black holes as small as an atom, but as heavy as a mountain. If they exist, some may have exploded already, while others might still be wandering the universe today. So the truth is, black holes don't come in just one form. They are as diverse as monsters of all shapes and sizes, from microscopic specks to giants at the hearts of galaxies. Fact 5. Black holes can eat light itself. We often hear that black holes swallow everything. But while it's easy to imagine them pulling in matter, how could they possibly trap light, the fastest thing in the universe, zipping 300,000 kilometers every second? The answer lies in the event horizon, the boundary of a black hole. Once something crosses it, nothing, not even light, can escape. To break free, you'd have to travel faster than light, which is impossible. Imagine this. If you shine a flashlight into the night sky, the beam will travel endlessly until it hits something or gets absorbed. But if you shine it at a black hole, the light will never return. It's gone forever, as though it never existed. This makes black holes truly, literally black. With no light reflected back, they're completely invisible. The only way we know they are there is by observing the effects. Stars orbiting around a dark center, or streams of gas stretching and glowing before vanishing. And here's the twist. Although light can't escape from inside a black hole, the material swirling around the edge often heats up and shines brighter than entire galaxies. That's how scientists can indirectly see a black hole by watching what it's eating. So the fifth mind-blowing truth is this. Black holes don't just consume matter, they swallow light itself, making them the darkest places in the universe. Fact 6. Black holes can merge. Would you believe that black holes can actually eat each other? That's right. Black holes don't just swallow stars, planets, and even light, they can devour other black holes too. When two black holes drift close together, they begin a deadly dance, spiraling around each other at incredible speed. Their orbit shrinks until finally, boom. They collide and merge into a single, larger, even more powerful black hole. But here's the amazing part. This process creates ripples in the very fabric of space and time itself. These ripples are called gravitational waves. Imagine space like a calm pond. Drop in a stone, and ripples spread out across the water. When two black holes merge, the cosmic pond ripples in the same way. And this isn't just theory. In 2015, scientists working on the LIGO project in the US detected gravitational waves for the very first time from a black hole merger over 1 billion light years away. It was hailed as a historic breakthrough in astrophysics. Think of it this way. Every time two black holes collide, the universe sings a deep note. Humans can't hear it, but ultra-sensitive detectors can pick it up. That's the song of the black holes. So, fact 6 is this. Black holes don't always exist alone. They can merge, shaking the universe and leaving ripples we've actually managed to catch. Fact 7. There may be wandering black holes. When you think of black holes, you probably picture them sitting still, usually at the centers of galaxies. But here's the truth. Some black holes don't stay put. They wander through space. Scientists call them rogue black holes. They're not tied to any galaxy, no home base, just drifting freely across the cosmos like nomads of the universe. Why is that dangerous? Imagine a rogue black hole, several times the mass of the Sun, passing through our solar system. What would happen? First, the orbits of the planets would be thrown out of balance. Earth might be flung out of its safe orbit, turning into a frozen rock drifting through the cold void. Or worse, Earth could be pulled straight into the black hole itself. Luckily, the chances of a rogue black hole passing close to Earth are extremely small, but not zero. In fact, indirect evidence suggests there could be hundreds of millions of these free black holes wandering across our galaxy, alone and seen, waiting out there. Creepy, isn't it? Somewhere in the darkness, a rogue black hole could be drifting, and we wouldn't even know. So, fact 7 is, black holes aren't always fixed in place. Some are cosmic wanderers, dangerous invisible nomads roaming the universe. Fact 8. Black holes can create cosmic jets. It sounds contradictory. Black holes swallow everything, even light. And yet, they can also shoot out gigantic streams of matter. This phenomenon is called jets. When gas, dust, or even entire stars are pulled toward a black hole, not all of it falls inside. Some of the material gets compressed, heated to millions of degrees, and spun around at nearly the speed of light. The result? It blasts outward in two massive beams, stretching thousands of light years into space. Think of it like water swirling into a drain. Sometimes, part of it sprays upward into a jet. Now imagine that instead of water, it's superheated, high-energy matter. Astronomers have photographed distant galaxies with these brilliant, giant cosmic searchlights shooting out from their cores. And at the heart of them all lies a supermassive black hole powering the show. This means black holes aren't just endpoints. They can also be engines, launching some of the most powerful energy streams in the universe. So, fact 8 is, black holes don't just swallow, they also erupt, creating cosmic jets that shine like the brightest beacons in space. Fact 9. Humans can see black holes for decades. Black holes only existed on paper and in mathematical equations. We knew they had to be out there, but no one had ever actually seen one. Why? Because black holes swallow all light. They're completely invisible. But in 2019, humanity did the impossible. we captured the very first image of a black hole. It was the supermassive black hole at the heart of the M87 galaxy, 55 million light-years away. To take that picture, scientists linked radio telescopes all around the world, creating a planet-sized telescope called the Event Horizon Telescope. After years of analyzing an ocean of data, the legendary image appeared. A glowing ring of light surrounding a pitch-black shadow, the silhouette of a black hole. That moment was like the first time humans saw a photo of Earth from space, breathtaking and emotional. And it proved that what Einstein predicted over a century ago was absolutely